get right into this 2023 Bowie State Bulldog football season prediction and analysis. About a week ago, it was CIAA Media Day. Fayetteville State was predicted to finish first. Our very own beloved Bowie State Bulldogs were predicted to finish second. That's very interesting for multiple reasons. Number one, they have us winning the North over Virginia State, over Virginia Union. For those of you who know, you remember last year, we lost a home overtime thriller to Virginia Union. I was there in person. Great game. But the reason why it's so interesting is because, quite frankly, we have a lot of question marks this year. You know, we have a new quarterback. We got to wait and see how that goes. Obviously, last year, the running game was not something that we typically see at Bowie State University. As a matter of fact, on the season, other schools outrushed us and averaged more yards per rush than us. Which, like I said, is typically not the case with us. You know, we had the Isaac Redmonds, the Rodney Webbs. We are traditionally a very good running team. Last year, we had a little issue with that. We had a lot of east-west running instead of north-south running. We had problems hitting the hole a lot last year. So we got question marks at quarterback because you know it's an unknown entity. We got to see if we can reclaim our dominance in the running game. On top of that, we got a lot of guys who left. Obviously, Dion Golad is gone. Joshua Pryor is gone. We have some receivers is gone. We have some great defensive players. Raymond Boone is gone. So we had some very key players who are no longer at the institution. So we got some question marks there. And perhaps one of our biggest question marks is with special teams. I first stepped foot on Bowie State's campus in 2006. And I can honestly say that since 2006, last year was the absolute worst special teams that I have ever seen at Bowie State University. Now, granted, I never expected, 45-yard field goals in the rain and 60-yard punts with a backspin that pin you at the 5-yard line. Not anything like that. So when I say it was bad, what I mean is this. Last year, we had trouble, first of all, getting kicks off. We had several kicks blocked, number one. But on top of having struggles getting kicks off, we also had problems just kicking the ball 40 yards down the field. Like you kick it off at your 20 and the other team starts at their 40. Or you kick it off at your 35 and the other team gets it at their 30. Like we had issues with that last year. There were so many instances last year that I witnessed in person that the kick was so bad, the punt was so bad, that we honestly would have been better off going for it. Even though we were on our own 35, 40-yard line, the kick was so bad that at that point we could have just went for it. Because we only flipped the field 8 yards. I'm not even exaggerating. That's ultimately what cost us this year against Shaw. Because Shaw had no business beating us. We lost to Shaw because multiple times we gave them outstanding field position due to our poor special teams. You take even a bad team or a poorly executing offensive team and you keep giving them the ball at their own 45, at midfield, at your 45, at your 35. Eventually, they're going to score. And that's how we lost that game. Another issue we had a lot last year, penalties. We had far too many penalties last year. That's ultimately why we finished 6-4. The Virginia Union game was a good game. It could have went either way. So, okay. But we had no business losing to Shaw. We had no business losing to Chowan. Chowan beat us because of one of our issues I mentioned earlier, the running game. They ran the ball all over us in that game, and we struggled to run the ball. That's something we had an issue with all year last year. Running the ball, stopping the run, special teams, and penalties. That's why I was surprised. They picked us to finish second and to win the North. I'm like, in my mind, we got a lot of questions. Quarterback, running back, special teams, penalties, stopping the run. So at this point in time, I cannot give a prediction on the season. I know you're thinking that's not fair. How are you going to wait till the game start to give a prediction? But I'm going to give you this. I plan on going to that Delaware State game in person. And that's going to be a very interesting game. Because, yes, they are Division I. We are on the roll. We do have an inexperienced quarterback. On top of that, we are predicted to finish second in the CIAA. They are predicted to finish last in the MEAC. They have a brand new coach. So you have to know, they are going into this game thinking, okay, we got to get this one. This Division II, Bowie State, coming off a 6-4 season, inexperienced quarterback. We got to get this one. So I'm not even looking for us necessarily to win against Delaware State. And I'm going to get into this later because the week of the game, I'm going to have a preview of us versus Delaware State. So I'm not going to get too much into that right now. But I'm going to be looking for takeaways in this game. And following that game, I'm going to give my season prediction. I got to see one game first, though. I'm sorry. I got to see one game first. But I'm not looking for a win or a loss. I'm looking to see how many penalties we get. I'm looking to see if there's any improvement in the special teams. Can we get kicks off? Can we kick the ball 35, 40 yards down the field? Can we do that? Can we run the ball effectively? Once again, we're playing a Division I school who's down right now, but still Division I. So they might be bigger on the offensive and defensive lines. So I'm not saying we got to gush them and get all these rushing yards, but I'm saying I'm looking for, are the running backs going to consistently hit the hole and go north-south instead of east-west? Do our running backs have speed? Speed enough to where I say, okay, in the CIAA, they're going to be a problem. The play calling. Does the play calling make sense for the personnel and the experience level of the quarterback? Like, are we building up? Are we building up the QB's confidence? Or, and this tend to happens a lot, because of the success of Touré Reed, now I feel as though guys are coming in, they want to be the next Touré. So now they want to prove that they can throw the ball all over the field. And I don't have any issue with throwing the ball all over the field. All I'm saying is it has to make sense. And you have to build into that. You got to be ready for that. You have to have the offensive line personnel to be able to do that. You have to have the receivers that can catch the ball to be able to do that. So that's what I'm going to be looking for against Delaware State. Has the special teams improved? Does the play calling make sense? Can the running backs consistently hit the hole? We don't got to be great, but are we solid against the run? How does the quarterback look? Like, is he composed? How are the mechanics? That's what I'm looking for. Anticipation. I'm going to be looking for those things, hopefully in person. After that game, regardless of how we win or we lose, depending on how those things look, that's when I'm going to give my prediction on the season. The season could start off a little rocky because we start off with Delaware State, then we got a game out in Michigan against this team. I looked them up. The team that we're going to be playing week 2 out in Michigan, no joke. I looked at the season stats from last year. This team put up a whole lot of points last year, a whole lot of points. So our first 2 weeks, man, it's going to be tests. We're going to see if you're ready to play. Because we got Delaware State D1 week 1. Week 2, we're going out in Michigan, and, man, them boys put up points. That's all I'm saying. They put up some points. So we got to come out the gates firing with the penalties, with the special teams, with the running game, the play call. We got to be ready. Otherwise, we could find ourselves 0-2 real fast. But then week 3, man, oh, man. Week 3, we got to sell out Bulldog Stadium. And when I say sell out, I mean both sides. The home side and the visiting side. That is a revenge game, and it's an alumni game versus Shaw. We got to come out week 3. We got to stomp Shaw. And I'm telling you, we got to sell that thing out. It's an alumni game. All the alumni, we need to come out to that thing in full force, sell that thing out. I'm going to do some research. I want to see what is the highest attended CIAA home game ever. And I want to see if we can beat that at Bowie State this year. That's what I want to see. So like I said, Delaware State week 1, I'm going to be there. After that game, I'm going to give my prediction. I'm going to see what we do week 2 out in Michigan because that team puts up a lot of points. And then week 3, first going home game of the season, we got to pack that thing out and stomp Shaw. But yes, that's all I got for you guys right now. I can't give a... Well, in fact, I can say this. I almost forgot this point. We have Virginia State for homecoming this year. We got to be careful with that game. Because I can remember recently, Virginia State hosted us for their homecoming, and we beat them down badly. I know they have not forgotten that. And I know they want to return that favor. So we got to be ready for Virginia State. So that's 2 games we got to pack out for sure. Shaw, first home game, alumni game, and then homecoming, Virginia State. We got to pack them things out, man. We got to show out. But like I said, that first weekend in September, out there in Delaware State, hey, meet me there. I'm in the building. After that, I can tell you what I see us doing this year. First of all, I definitely see us beating Shaw. Definitely see us beating Lincoln. Definitely should beat St. Aug's. I think we should beat Virginia State. Livingstone, I mean, come on now. Livingstone is like a bye week. That's 5 wins right there. Like, Virginia Union at Union is going to be a good game. Here's the thing, though. I saw Union in person last year. Union, basically, Jada Byers is the team. That's the team. That's all they got. Jada Byers running the rock. If we can slow that down, we can beat them because, I mean, their passing game, snooze fest, I will give them this, though, man. Those new helmets and uniforms at Union, fire. I can't hate, man. Them joints is fire. I'm not a Union fan at all, but I got to show them love. Them helmets and uniforms, fire. Now, y'all about to take a loss in them joints when we play y'all, hopefully, but, I still got to give y'all that. Them joints fire. But yeah, I'll be back week of the game with more in-depth analysis of us versus Delaware State. I'm going to holler at y'all.